Hey everyone, welcome to another WWE Talk. Now, I want to get this one out of the way because I feel like a lot of people are pointing this out, and I feel like it's kind of dumb because I don't think one really has to do with the other. With Xavier leaving WWE shortly after Paige coming back to WWE. So, if you don't know, or if you're not in the know, a long time ago, Xavier Woods, Paige, and another person that worked for WWE at the time that no longer works for WWE at this point, as far as I know, made a sex tape, and somebody posted it on the internet. And so a lot of people are pointing at Xavier Woods, and I think there are some that are pointing to the other person, which I don't remember his name to be honest. And now, many years later, after Xavier Woods has moved on, Paige has moved on, the other guys moved on, people are bringing up now thinking that, oh, because Paige came back, Xavier Woods is leaving. And that's why he's leaving. Really, I don't think that's the case at all, to be honest. I think both of them have moved on, and uh, and as long as I feel like as long as they're on different brands, I don't think they really care. Now, I don't know because I'm not them, but anyways, so I feel like, and this is what I've read, and I feel like this is what makes the most sense. I believe the reason why, as far as I can tell, the reason why Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have left the WWE after, from what I heard, them signing a seven-figure deal last year from the WWE is because of how they're being used in the WWE, in the sense that before Xavier Woods' injury, all of their promos were released during the commercial break, and this is for those that don't watch it streaming wise and watch it live on TV. You wouldn't see these promos that they do because it'd be during the commercial break. So you wouldn't see any of it whatsoever. And that was happening for a long period of time, to the point where I feel like they were felt disrespected. And that probably led to um, the breaking point for both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Now, I think a lot of people were like, well, you would think that this would change, but like it's been months of this. So it makes a lot of sense why they left. And also the fact that like Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, sorry, are buddy buddies with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. So a lot of people are now saying, "Oh, this could be a hint of them going to AEW." Now, whether this actually happens or not, it's too early to say. So that in my opinion is a wait and see, and we'll find out whether they actually go to AEW or not. I think it's too soon for them to do that. I feel like they're probably going to take a little bit of a break, pardon me, before doing anything, in my opinion. But that's a wait and see for that part. Um, I am surprised with JC Mateo, and I'm blanking on the other person from MFT leaving WWE, mainly just due to the fact that like they've the two that I'm talking about has had a lot of screen time on, I forget whether it's Raw or SmackDown, but whatever brand it was, especially with the Wyatt Six. And that's another group of people that I'm surprised that got released. Nikki Cross, not as much, to be honest, because they don't really use her at all. And they kind of have her as a manager or valet type role, uh, instead of an actual wrestler, which she is really good at. So it just, for me, it kind of boggles my mind that they kind of screw her over that way. But that's just me. Um, yeah, like I'm confused with the White Six, like that, like, I sorry, with the yeah, White Six and JC Mateo and the other guy. It's something Tonga. I forget. I'm gonna just Google WWE releases and let's see, so I can go through them. Some I won't say, some I will say because I feel like I want a list of it so then I can just go through it so it's a little bit easier to go through. Okay, they're not giving me a list. Okay, so here are some of them, not all of them, but some of them. Some I have already said, some I haven't said. So, Aleister Black and Selena Vega. Uh, Aleister Black, I am super surprised at due to the fact that they literally just brought him back, like, I don't know, like 2 months ago. So to release him this early is very surprising. And to be honest, WWE was misusing him before he left WWE. And I feel like even though I don't really watch AEW as much, I feel like AEW was misusing Aleister Black also. But he did have a good faction. So I mean, I don't know. Selena Vega, I feel like they had something good with her, and then they just ruined it, in my opinion, because she finally won the United States title, and it was like, well, how, like, you should be making her big, uh, and setting her up for something more than just the United States championship, maybe WWE Women's Championship. But for some weird reason, that didn't happen. So there's that. Kairi Zane. That's another person that I'm like, kind of boggles my mind. I mean, at first, when she first came in, I wasn't too thrilled about her because she wasn't really doing that great. And there was a certain part where she injured a couple of people from women, if I remember correctly, at least two, and Tony Stark was one of them, or not Tony. Is it her name is Tony? Vicky Stark. I think it's Vicky Stark. Anyways, but then more recently, she had this great gimmick thing with Asuka that I thought really helped her out, and I kind of felt like they were setting her up to eventually stand up to Asuka, and then Asuka and Kairi were gonna have a feud against each other, but that didn't happen. So I kind of felt like, what in the world happened there? Because like it just felt weird. Also, Motor City Machine Guns, another tag team that I felt like was misused a lot, and I don't think they really knew what they're doing with them when they hired those two. So I'm kind of questioning on why they hired him in the first place. But, anyways, and Apollo Crews is another person I'm kind of confused on why they even hired him in the first place because of the fact, oh yeah, her name was Zoe Stark. Anyways, yeah, I was just surprised in why they even hired him back when I think he only wrestled like one, maybe two matches at most, and that was it. So it's kind of like, what was the point? I mean, I have nothing against Apollo Crews, but it's just like, what was the point of hiring back if you were just gonna have him come in for like two matches and then lose? Makes no sense. So yeah, Zoe Stark got released. Her, uh, I never really got into her, to be honest, and I did feel like they were misusing her because I feel like she could have been a good United States champion or a good Intercontinental champion, but they just never really like. I feel like they never really like uh, trusted her with that type of stuff. So I don't know. Alba Fire, I am kind of confused about because of the fact that I feel like she was very good for Chelsea Green, and I felt like that was still going great. So like I was that kind of boggled my mind, to be honest. Um, Adrian Chase, to be honest, like I feel like his gimmick was winding up and really wasn't doing much, to be honest, for NXT. So because like one of his students left him and the other one wasn't really doing anything. So um Santino or yes, Santino Escobar, hopefully I pronounced his name right. Um I do feel like it was kind of a 50-50 with him in the way of like I felt like he should have stayed, but also felt like I kind of understood why WWE let him go, if that makes any sense, because he wasn't really doing much with his the tag team he was leading. So, and I don't think he really brought anything for that tag team. So I don't feel like it really helped, in my opinion. But that's just me. Um, there's another person that I just don't know their name, know how to pronounce their name or know who they are, so I'm not going to even bother. Um, yeah, and then the rest are NXT and Performer Center wrestlers, and all of them I have no idea who they are, to be honest. So let's just do a quick check to make sure that I'm not missing out on anybody else. Oh, Tonga Loa. That's his name. And the guy that also left WWE with JC Mateo, formerly known as Jake or Jeff Cobb. Either Jeff Cobb or Jeff Cobbs. I can't remember which. Anyways, so yeah, I'm kind of curious about those two, and I'm worried about the MFT due to the fact that they went from 5 to 3 now. So I don't know if this is going to actually hurt them or help them, in my opinion. So yeah, I just like I said, you can tell like I was confused with some of the people that they released, and some of the people I understood why they left because a lot of the time I feel like WWE doesn't know how to use their talent, and I don't know whether it's just because they have way too much talent or way too little talent, which I don't think that's the case. But from what I've heard, part of the reason why they're releasing so many people is because of the fact that they're now going back to the 2 hour shows instead of the 3 hour shows that they started back, I think, either the beginning of this year or near the end of last year. I can't remember which. So, yeah, I I'm kind of confused on that part for that, and yeah, and even though I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I still feel like Raquel Rodriguez should be a women's champion, whether she is on Raw or SmackDown. I feel like she deserves it. She proved it when she wrestled at Stephanie Vaquer at least 2 or 3 times, and they were amazing matches. And yeah, they just robbed her. And I don't care. Like she could be SmackDown Women's Champion, and Liv can be Raw Women's Champion. So then they can both. be on Raw and SmackDown and be uh, troublemakers on the show or on the brand. I don't know. I think that they could have done that, in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is, and we'll see how things go, whether it's for the better or for the worse. I don't know whether TKO really has much to do with this, but it is what it is, and hopefully we'll see sooner than later some improvement. So whenever you want, just good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and see you all next time. And just so you know, this video will be coming out tomorrow. That is May 4th at 9 a.m. And I'm filming this right now at May 3rd on a Sunday. Bye.